If I'm not mistaken, it is your second trip to Russia?
Third.
Third. Can you remind us what was the first and the second?
When was the first, Hega?
88?
Yeah, 88. And I think I competed in like the very first powerlifting competition ever that they had in Russia. And then I went to, then I was back in 2007 with the WPC for some master stuff in Togliatti, I believe it was. And now today.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, it was the first time it was a competition between the USSR and the US.
Yes.
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 And powerlifting team from US was very, very strong, and powerlifting was a very new sport.
Oh, yeah, very new.
USSR.
Yeah.
But things have been changed a bit.
A lot.
That. What do you think? Why the United States is not the strongest when it comes to IPF?
I think they don't put an emphasis on it as much, and because we have so many other sports, that I think a lot of those people go to other sports that have more money involved in it.
So you mean that there are many kinds of sports where strong people can go?
Yeah, potentially strong people to our, I mean, especially when you get to the college level and stuff, and all the football, baseball, and all the other different sports that they have available there, is they usually don't come into powerlifting. But I see now a resurgence of powerlifting, and many more people starting to do it.
Yeah.
In the United States.
I also have noticed it that I saw results of last ladies competition in Raw.
Yeah.
So it was about 50-70 people in each category when it comes to men. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there was like, well,
Yeah,
was it 1,147 people or something? I think because CrossFit, I think they set the lifting standards to qualify for that contest very low. So I think everybody that does CrossFit, they all powerlift now. Mm-hmm. You know, they powerlift and they do some Olympic weightlifting, because you see Klokov and some of them go around teach too, besides all the powerlifters. So they want to get better and stronger and do things right. So they're spending the money to have the good people come in and teach them the right way. So they do some powerlifting on the side to help out their CrossFit. So I think that's why more CrossFitters are getting into it, and there's so many more athletes.
I heard such interesting opinion about CrossFit, that it is the best thing which ever happened to the barbell. What is your opinion about it?
It's the best thing that ever happened for chiropractors and orthopedic surgeons. No, I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best thing. It's good in the fact that it got so many more people interested in lifting weights.
What is your main occupation right now, and where do you earn money?
I have some real estate that pays all my bills, and like I don't have bills. My house is paid off, our cars are paid off, so I don't really have any bills. So that makes life a lot easier. And then I train some people, and I do some like workshops all over where I teach people how to lift.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
And if I'm right, you started doing it not many years ago, just maybe a few years.
No, yeah.
Who pushed you? Who proposed you to do such things?
I did a few in the United States, and then I started off going to Australia. And I've been in Australia. I just got back from Australia 2 weeks ago, and I've been out there 5 times in the last year and a half. So they like powerlifting a lot, and they're very interested in learning.
I don't remember this guy's name, but he's from Australia, and like this.
Yeah, Christos.
7 kilograms.
Yeah, I taught him everything.
Yeah.
And he's a very strong boy, but he's got to learn how to compete outside of home. He's not seasoned mentally enough where he can handle the stress of competing elsewhere outside his own gym. So we'll see what time brings. But he's very strong.
It's not very humble from my side, but his deadlift looks not very perfect.
It could be better, but he doesn't have a lot of muscle to work with yet because he's little, so he tries to find a leverage.
He locks his knees out too early.
But, you know, when you pull, I saw him pull like 317.5 in training, weighing a little, you know, weighing maybe 70 or something at the most, so he's doing something right. My knee's locked out too early.
No problem with it.
You just kind of go with what works.
Right. No matter how, you just need to lift a lot.
Yeah. Your body will find a way to lift more weights.
Do you remember your first visit to Russia? Some interesting stories, some interesting feelings?
I forget the name of your real big guy then, but he was a very strong bencher.
Vladimir Mironov.
Yeah.
Mironov.
You know everything. Yeah, he was a really nice guy. He was very, very strong. He had a lot of potential. I think he just had too many injuries at that time.
Unfortunately, he died in an accident.
Did he really? That's too bad. He was a very, very strong guy.
When it was a first competition between teams of US and USSR, he was only Soviet people who won his category. In other categories, Americans won.
Well, we had been babied up until then. I mean, we didn't have a regular squat bar or a powerlifting bar at all. We had used an Olympic weightlifting bar to squat on. So on the way down, you're praying to God that you wouldn't get hurt. So you had to adjust, but you do it out of respect and solidarity for everyone to get along. So sometimes it might not be your best result, but you have fun doing it and everyone gets along and they learn more.
I talked to many people from this period of lifters, and maybe you remember the coach of Belayev, Alexander Lekomtsov.
Yeah, he was a good bencher too.
Yeah,
nice man.
And he's the first Soviet or Russian people who won world championships. And he told me interesting story that when you came to Russia, you had equipment, gear, and our people never seen it.
Yeah, all I used to wear was just a little tiny squat suit back in the old days.
Do you follow IPF championships?
Some.
What can you say about very quick progress, especially in squat and
well, I think the 105 kilos guy squat had a nice 415, didn't he?
At the in 90
yeah.
Is 490.
No, not the heavyweight. I think in the 105 kilo class, I think this year he did a 415 squat, which was really, really nice. And you know, Hege is from Norway also, so she knows Carl Ingvar, and he's a very, very strong boy and nice guy.
And what do you think is the most important fact why records?
I think definitely the equipment is better, but they practice more with the equipment now.
You mean the equipment is more tough?
Yes, it's definitely a lot stronger than it used to be.
Do you think it is good for powerlifting or bad?
I think if it gets too strong, it's bad, because it takes away your true intention was to try to get stronger, and everybody that watches, they may not realize that a suit or like sometimes these bench shirts give you 150 kilos or something, which can be a little bit ridiculous. I don't agree with everything, but you know, you just accept it. I don't have to agree with it. I don't accept it, but I still help everyone. I still respect them as lifters.
Which kind of powerlifting you prefer, raw or
raw?
Raw. And I remember that World Championships in Finland, which was raw. It was the first time when American team, both men and women, won overall competition. And I think it is a good start for conquering world again.
That's only a start. I'm sure you guys will catch up and surpass it soon.
I hope so, as Russians.
It was. We were always scared of the Russians.
But the most scare came from Hollywood movies, I think.
Yeah.
Russian mafia.
Yeah, pretty much.
I asked Andrei Malanchov about powerlifting and about the role of powerlifting in his life, and he told me that he can't do anything else except of powerlifting. What about you? What can you do? What are you good at?
I fight a little now. I do some fighting to get back some of my athleticism. But I do powerlift in the gym all the time. But I do a lot more fighting just to
what
make
kind of fighting?
like a JKD, like Bruce Lee and street fight. So real live violent stuff, not anything you could do in the ring. And I really like learning that. It's fun and it makes me move.
But I don't think you do it serious because your nose is still.
Well, you can't do it in the ring. It's real violent stuff. So there's no rules. So you got to be careful when you practice.
What do you think about UFC? It looks very.
It's great. It's a good sport.
It looks, but a bit crazy, a bit very very tough.
Yeah. Well, that's
People can die there.
well,
Why not?
I could have died bench pressing or squatting. You know, the Ed Coan injury one where I blew my knee out, I could have got hurt really bad there. But you know, it's good for those people to be in the ring because then they're not doing it outside the ring.
I have one more question. Maybe it will be not very good for you, but about this qualification, the second qualification of you, and somebody told me that you were quite upset about it. Do you remember those times?
What, the disqualifications?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which meant that you are off of IPF.
Yeah. I think. I mean, obviously, one time I was guilty. I don't lie. But that last time, it was. I think they had it in for me, and they didn't go according to all their own rules. And I think I got screwed. To be quite honest.
Was it very tough times for you? Yeah.
Mentally, yes. Because I didn't deserve that treatment, and when you wanted to be treated fairly like everyone else, and you're not, then it becomes a problem. I know since that time they had to change a lot of things, so they wouldn't get in trouble.
I think that quite many years passed, so you can mention, you can say it loud, last names of guys who are guilty from IPF.
Oh, Graham Fong was an asshole. He was, yeah. Graham Fong was the president at that time, and
So who?
a lifter from his country that he coached on stage, which he's not supposed to coach on stage as the president of the IPF. He coached him on stage, who took second to me. There was a lot of stupid shit that went on.
Yeah. Simple strategy.
Yeah.
Simple. So you think it was only the reason?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I think so, but I don't care.
Why? Why he's still alive?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because only the good die young, like the song says.
Where is he from?
He was from New Zealand.
New Zealand. One tough guy also lived there. It is Robert Wilkes.
Robert is from Australia, but I heard he might be in trouble by the IPF right now.
Yeah. I know that Russian and Ukrainian teams got troubles because of him.
Yeah, he's an asshole too. He's a bigger asshole.
But he's blue asshole.
Yeah, because he screws around a lot of his own lifters that are really, really good people, and just tries to mess around people just to make himself bigger than everyone else, and he's a dick.
But he has still quite a big team around him.
I don't. I think he might be leaving the IPF very shortly. which is a good thing for Australia. I think the Australian lifters deserve better.
How many strong lifters you know from Russia, just on the spot?
Oh well, God, you guys have so many of them. I mean, your little guy in the IPF. Yeah, look how many world championships he's won. He's unbeatable.
He's 10-time world.
Yeah, incredible.
Do you think it is honest that he's competing because he's 145 centimeters?
As long as he squats below parallel, locks his benches out, and deadlifts fine, no one can bitch about it. Andrei Malanichev, my buddy, every time I look at him, he gets bigger. And Konstantin and Kirill just did that 335 bench, and Andrei Belev, I mean, I think if Andrei Belev had my hands, he would deadlift more than me. So you know, there's so many, but yeah, you guys are a very, very high standard that the rest of the world looks up to.
Everybody who do powerlifting know that Coan is quite a famous guy, and many people called you like the best of all time. And how do you find this comparison? Are you okay with it, or you
I'm
a humble guy?
I'm pretty humble. I appreciate whenever anybody says anything nice to me. I just set out to try to get better as a powerlifter. Every single contest, every year, every training session, I just wanted to get better, and where I ended up is where I ended up. I don't think of myself as anybody but Eddie Coan. You know, I don't deserve special treatment. I don't think I'm just a power lifter like everyone else. Just because I lifted more weight doesn't make me any better. I'm still a power lifter. So I respect everyone and have a good time.
If you hadn't become a power lifter, who would you?
I'd have been crazy. I think it saved me. But it gave me a lot. I mean, I met her. I was over in England doing some seminars, and I met her at the IPF World Championships. She had flown over from Norway, so I met her there. So powerlifting gave me her. I like it, but she probably regrets it now.
I'm miserable.
But no, I got a lot out of powerlifting. But no, I'm just Eddie Coan. If I'm not on the lifting platform, I'm just a regular guy.